Hi, welcome to Off the Record. I'm Gordon Lustig, and this is the first video in a series where I'm going to teach you how to play licks that come right off the record, hence the name. Gordon Lustig here. We're going to talk about Annie's song today. Just going to give you a brief insight into how John Denver made Annie's song sound the way it did when he played it on the guitar. So let's get started. First of all, John Denver played Annie's song almost exclusively on a 12-string guitar. And if you're not familiar with a 12-string guitar, maybe you don't have one, haven't played one, let me just quickly explain the difference. When you're playing a 6-string guitar, what I have right here, you've got, you're all familiar with that sound. So if I play a D chord, I'm going to do the picking pattern, the same picking pattern I was just doing at the beginning of Annie's song on the 6th string. It would sound like this. Okay, but on the 12th string, I'll do the exact same picking pattern, and it sounds like this. So the way the instrument is tuned is exactly the same. I have a capo on because I have the whole guitar tuned down one full step. So this brings it back to standard tuning, which is the same John Denver did. Sometimes he'd tune it down a half step, sometimes he'd tune it down a full step. So he's either capoed 1 or capoed 2. So the tuning is the same. We have E, and here's E, and they're doubled. I have 2 of them, just like a mandolin. But they're very close together, so when I play one note or one fret here, it automatically plays two strings. So it's really not much harder to push down on the 2 strings than it is on one. They just go down together because they're very close together. 2nd string is also the same note, 2 of the same note. So we have E, B. Now, here's where it gets interesting. When we get to the G, the 3rd string, here's the normal note. And here's the 6th string, same note. But we have an octave. Instead of the same exact unison note, we have an octave higher together. So when I play the 3rd string, I automatically get this. Slightly out of tune, but that's kind of the nature of the instrument too. And then same for the 4th string, octaves. Same with the 5th. Same with the 6th, which would be. Okay, now, John Denver plays this in drop D tuning, which if you are not familiar with that, you can check out another video of mine or anyone else's on drop D tuning. Basically, you take your low E string and tune it down one full step to D, so it matches the 4th. Octave lower. Okay, so if you have a 12-string guitar or even a 12-string effect that you plug your acoustic 6th string into, that could work. That could certainly work too. And then you're 90% there. The pattern is really quite simple, and I will put that up on the screen, but I'm just going strings 4, strings 2 on a D chord, string 3 with my thumb, string 1, and then 3 and 2 again. So it's going 4, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2. So it goes like this. So that's for the introduction. And then for the rest of the song, there's pretty much one or two patterns that repeat over and over again. And I'll give you a little sense of that. So on G, I'm going, now again, because I'm tuned down, I need to compensate by playing my G bass note in the 5th fret instead of on the 3rd fret. There's my G, so I go. Six, 2, 4, 1, 3, 2. And then I go to an A chord. I just play it with one finger. Bum, bum, bum. So essentially, your thumb is going playing roots and fifths for the most part. So on the A, so 1 and 2 and 3. Now, here's something you might notice also. On the record, you'll hear a note as John's moving from one chord to the next, because it's hard to do this and then get to the next chord. In this case, B minor. So what he's doing is he's actually playing the string open as a way of getting to the other chord. So it would sound like this on an A chord, and then to the B. And even on this, you'll hear an open G before he even gets to the G chord. Like that. So he's going. So let me do that again from the A chord, and you'll hear how that open string sounds between chords. I'll do it a little slower. And then here's something that is pretty unique to the 12 string that you can't quite do on a 6 string, and that is when it gets back to this D, and he uses that drop D, that low D, to just fill in the sound. So it's going, I'll do that from the B minor, G. Listen to this D now. And then he's doing this walk down. These open strings again too. Even though we're not on a G chord until the next bar, but he's playing those in order to get to it. So I'll do it slow motion. Like that, rather than it's really hard. It's just a very natural thing to go. And then bonus track on here, I'm going to show you how to play that introduction on a 6 string, and it sounds pretty close to the record. And what you do is you're playing this position up here. I'll provide the tab for this too. So once you have that shape, which you can see on the diagram, you're just going to play strings 4, string 3, and then you're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. So you're going 4, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then all you do for the next chord, the sus chord, D sus, is you slide. I'm using my pinky on the 2nd string, and I'm moving it up 1/2 step to the 8th fret, 2nd string, 8th fret. And I do the same picking pattern in the right hand. 4th string, 3rd string. 4th string, 3rd string, then 1, 2, 1, 2. So here's what I have. Back to the original D shape. It's a different inversion. just for comparison, I'll show you how that sounds on the 6th string. Doing it just the simple way, where I'm just playing a straight D chord. Now I did notice that the way John Denver always ends this is at the very end, the last couple times at the end, "Come fill me again." And then he goes up to here. And then he ends up way up here. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will continue doing these kind of videos and showing you how it's actually played right off the record. Oh, one more thing. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and please comment in the comment box. See you soon.